All right, welcome back everyone. Today we're diving into a really fun and practical topic. Let's call it breaking the robot barrier. Do you ever feel like your English sounds a bit robotic? Like, have you ever had that moment where you're speaking and it feels totally unnatural? I mean, I can relate. I remember when I first started learning another language, my sentences were so stiff, it sounded like they were generated by a machine.
Yeah, totally. Like I saw this video once where someone was trying to explain something in Japanese, and they were so monotone. I was like, whoa, that does not sound natural at all. So how do you get past that robotic sound?
Great question. So, one of the first things to focus on is improving your pronunciation. A key tip is to practice intonation. Like, you know how in music, a singer adds emotion to their notes? It's similar. Instead of treating every sentence like a flat line, think of it as a melody. When you ask a question in English, your voice should kind of rise at the end. It gives that natural flow.
That's interesting. So it's like, if I were to say, "Are you coming to the party?" I should end on a higher note?
Exactly, you nailed it. And let me give you an anecdote, right? I once had a friend who was an ESL teacher, and she would have her students practice by mimicking actors in movies. It was fascinating. They would watch a scene, then repeat the lines with the exact intonation. It made a huge difference in their pronunciation.
Whoa, that sounds super fun. Like, I always wanted to sound like that cool character in an action movie, you know? Do you think that helps with, like, vocabulary too?
Absolutely. By mimicking, you not only improve pronunciation, but also pick up natural expressions. You start to unconsciously absorb the way native speakers actually communicate, like slang, idioms, all that jazz. And let's be real. Nobody wants to say, "I'm very happy," when you can say, "I'm over the moon." It's so much more colorful.
Haha, I love that phrase. Over the moon. So are there any exercises you'd suggest for, sounding more like a native?
For sure. One exercise I love is shadowing, which basically means you listen to native speakers and repeat immediately after them. It could be podcasts, speeches, anything. It's like you're their shadow, always following their lead. This helps with rhythm and pacing. You could even pick a scene from a movie, press pause after each line, and repeat aloud.
Oh, wow. That's like practicing to be a voice actor or something. But what if I'm in my room doing this and my roommate walks in? They'd probably look at me like I'm a total weirdo.
Laughs. Oh, I've been there. I once had a roommate who caught me doing the same thing. Just own it. Tell them you're channeling your inner movie star or making your audition tape. Plus, think of it this way. If you can say it confidently while being a bit silly, you'll definitely feel more natural speaking it in real life.
I can just picture that now. But like, what about natural expressions? Is there a way to learn those without sounding super awkward?
Great thought. Yes. One effective way is to engage in real conversations with native speakers or even other learners. Watch how they pause, emphasize certain words, and use expressions to convey feelings. It's also helpful to learn phrases instead of just single words. You can think of common expressions like "hit the nail on the head" or "barking up the wrong tree." They're colorful and make your speech pop.
Right. And, wow, barking up the wrong tree. That's a wild image. I can just imagine a dog having a meltdown because it thinks it's going to catch a cat. But it's literally just barking at a tree.
Laughs. Exactly. And that's part of the charm of language. Using vivid imagery helps your speech stick. In conversations, these expressions are a way to connect with others. So, the key takeaway today? Practice often, have fun with it, and don't be afraid to sound silly.
So it's really about embracing the quirks of the language, huh? I love it. But, what about the confidence part?
Confidence comes hand in hand with practice. The more you put yourself out there, the more comfortable you'll sound. It's like building muscle. You won't lift heavy weights on day one, But gradually, you'll get there. So start small, maybe even with friends or family, and celebrate every little victory along the way.
Oh man, I can feel that. Okay, I definitely need to get to work on this. Thank you for all the amazing tips.
You're welcome. Just remember, it's about progress, not perfection. The journey itself can be quite joyful. All right, listeners, let's wrap this up and get practicing.
I'm ready. Let's do this.